Good morning. I'm going to do a very quick meditation this morning on how you can best nurture your anxiety today. So get yourself in a spot where you can comfortably meditate. You do not have to sit up. You can lie down. You can, be sitting on a couch. You can be sitting on a chair. You can be sitting on a bed. Anywhere you are, it doesn't really matter, just so long as you take some time to just sit and be mindful for a moment. So it's just going to be a quick one. Let's get started. All right, so take a deep breath in and then let it all out. Whether it's morning or night for you, just releasing what's here, releasing the day thus far, releasing any thoughts about the day. As always, if it helps you with your meditation, feel free to move a little bit. Sometimes a little sway is helpful for me, or like a little circular sort of motion, or you can stay in stillness. Remember that meditating is to become familiar with, so it's really becoming familiar with whatever your body and your mind needs in that moment. Now we're going to take a breath in, and on the breath in, you're going to say to yourself, I recognize my anxiety. And on the breath out, we're going to say, and I care for my anxiety. So breath in, I recognize my anxiety. And breath out, I care for my anxiety. Breath in, I recognize my anxiety. Breath out, I care for my anxiety. And you can just keep going with that in your own time, at your own pace. Thanks for that little toot truck. I don't know if you guys heard that. And the goal here is to really just get familiar with what's happening in your body. So whether it's morning for you and you've noticed a little bit of anxiety swirling around, or it's night and you have noticed a bit of anxiety swirling around, just recognize that anxiety. Recognize that you've felt these feelings before. Recognize that these aren't abnormal feelings. You aren't alone for having them. These are feelings that as humans we all share, even if the manifestations are slightly different from person to person. And recognize that your body knows what to do with these sensations. It's more the mind that jumps on them and goes, what do we do? But your body knows how to feel these sensations. And all you're really being called to do is recognize them and care for them with compassion. It might help you to put a hand on your heart space, or maybe put a hand on your belly. It can be really nice to sort of give your belly or your heart space a rub with your hands and feel the warmth there. This can really help to convey that feeling of, I care for my anxiety, I care for myself. I want you to really recognize what that care means, what it means to care about your anxiety. And I think for me that I've learnt over the years, one of the best ways to care for my anxiety is to lean into the things that I'm most afraid of. Because when I do that, I'm actually teaching my body and teaching my anxiety that there's really nothing to be afraid of. Even though those feelings of fear are there, that I can always get through it, and that there's always goodness in the world. There's always some silver lining to things, depending on your perspective. And I want you to consider what it might look like for you today to care about your anxiety. Maybe that looks like you writing a letter to your anxiety. Maybe that looks like you leaning into something that scares you today. Maybe it looks like you just taking this time to just sit here and openly acknowledge the way that you're feeling without trying to suppress it or deny it or change it in some way. Maybe just giving yourself space to feel the way you feel is the best gift you can give to your anxiety today. Breath in. I recognize my anxiety. And breath out. I care for my anxiety. You can stay here as long as you like. You can turn this into a bit of mindful movement if that's what works for you. If you've got any sort of kinks and soreness that you've noticed, maybe take some time to stretch and bend that out. Or you can get on with the rest of your day. But just taking that feeling with you of I recognize my anxiety and I care for my anxiety. That's it. I hope you all have a really beautiful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.